Hey guys, Mr. P-Lay here on the P-Lay show. Can you even see me behind this one? I don't think you can. I have to move myself. A little bit awkward, but okay. So here I am with Horizon Forbidden West, the Regalla edition. Yes, I know I'm late. Today is 5th of March 2022 as I'm recording this. And Horizon Forbidden West were released back in February 18th. So yeah, I'm late, and I actually did a unboxing video on the day I got it. I got it on the release day. But I wasn't happy how everything turned out to be. So here I am giving myself a second chance. Now what you see here is basically the art that surrounded the box that contained everything. There was another little box beneath this one, or below this one, that raised the whole box a little bit more higher. And there was a top part as well. So I cut this off the whole box. Yes, it hurt my heart a little bit, but I wanted to put this one up on my wall. So I'm gonna buy a custom frame for this one and hang it up. It's gonna be really cool. I have two other ones, that is Days Gone and the first Horizon Zero Dawn game. So today we're gonna take a look at the Regalla edition, which is the biggest collector's edition you can get out of them all. There were like 4 or 3 editions below this one, the collector's edition, the deluxe edition, and there were like digital versions of them as well. So it's not going to be any kind of first impressions or something like that, it's going to be a review. I hope you're happy with that. If you're ready, let's do this. First up we have the art book for Horizon Forbidden West. Now I haven't checked what's inside the book because I haven't played the game yet because I don't have a PS5. Yes, I know you can play it on PS4, but now I want to try and move on to the next generation console. So all the new games should be on my future PS5 when I get it. So I do like the cover art. It's the same cover that the game box has itself. I mean the one to PS4 and PS5. So it looks very beautiful, and it does look identical to the older art of Horizon Zero Dawn game. So they're basically the same size, but this one is a little bit longer than this one. So this is how it looks on the back, just a little bit art there from Dark Horse. Next up we have a canvas map. Well, it's a map made of cloth, so it's very soft, and it's still in its original packaging. Now I don't want to take it out actually, because I have plans for what I should do with this. I should buy a custom frame for this one and put it up on the wall, but I don't want to take it out because it's basically impossible to fold it back this nicely as it came inside the box. But you can get a glimpse of how the world looks like. Otherwise I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with it. Next up we have a replica focus. Let me bring it close to the camera. Now what is a focus? Well, it's basically the tech that Aloy has over her ear that display a lot of data around her world. So the thing is with this one, it feels very cheap actually. Very lightweight. But it's kind of cool to have this one. You can actually put this one over your ear. The cool thing with this one is that it actually lights up. So if you press down on this one, it lights up blue. But it does not display any data as it does in the game. The focus is in the first game as well, of course, so that's why I know how it works. But that's a very cool thing, I gotta say that. They didn't have to do it, but they did it. Next up we have machine strike pieces, a claw strider and a sunwing. I believe this is the sunwing and this is the claw strider, just a guess. So what is this really? Well, it's not statues, it's actually figurines that you have to the Horizon Zero Dawn board game. Yes, Horizon Zero Dawn has a board game, but from the reviews I've heard about it, it's not really that logical. But I don't play board games, so I can't really say much about it. These are actually pretty big, I gotta say that for what they are. You expect like them to be very small, like a Monopoly character, but they aren't. They are actually very big. Very well done actually. They feel very solid. But I guess if you play the game you will understand much more what the Claw Strider and Sunwing really are. It seems to be symbolizing something. At least this is a bird, but what this is I don't really know. They're cool to have. They have a little weight to it, but not much by any means. Next up we have art cards. It's not just one, it's actually two of them. I can actually take this one out. So, they have a very special feeling to them. I can't really explain it. It's kind of very soft. It feels like a new printed photo, if I say so. That's the best thing I can explain it. So this looks like a feather with the spear to Aloy in the middle here. And here, well, we see Aloy with a triangle. They're cool, I gotta say that. Nothing wrong with them. And they are two separate ones. They aren't attached to each other's. Kinda cool to have on display. Next up we have the steelbook case for Horizon Forbidden West. As you see, it's the same cover art that were on the box that I showed you earlier on in the video. I really like this cover art, especially when it shines so good on this one. Some parts even shines a little bit extra, such as the focus up here and the eyes on this Tremotusk. Even inside, there's a very cool cover art. I believe this one is one of the teaser covers that were released back in 2020 or 2021. I'm not sure exactly if it is, but all this feels very familiar to me. Feels like I've seen this before. And as you see, there are two slots here for discs, but there's one problem. There were no discs in this version. The game were completely digital. So why even include disc slots here? I think the collector's edition as well didn't got any CDs. I think there were only the deluxe edition and the standard edition that had discs. So are we now in the time of an era where CDs are going to be exclusive stuff when there should be a very obvious thing in the medias? This is just sad as we don't have any. We could have CDs with a very special art itself, but nope. But I guess we just have to live with this, because it's probably going to be even more common. You also do get a small statue of Aloy here. Despite the little size of this statue, they actually included a lot of good details in this one. You have leaves on the ground, you have a little rock underneath Aloy, the robe that she's wearing, the color is right. The bow is where you have to be a little bit careful because it's very easy to bend if you do it really wrong. Just touching it and you see how the whole arm of her is moving around. Take a closer look at the bow. You see this part where the rope is? Well, that is actually a real rope. That's a cool detail. But there is more. Did you actually thought I was done there? Well, not by a long shot. We still have one last thing to cover up. A gigantic statue of a Tremotusk! Now this statue is huge, it doesn't even fit in one frame. The statue is 36.5 centimeters tall, or 40 centimeters wide, and weighs about 7.4 kilograms. Like, this is an insane statue. And look at Aloy down there. She's like a tiny ant to this one. Now the statue came in a few loose parts, and that's because you have to put it together, everything on the face. Well, not everything, but certain parts. So these things is where you can move around, you can pose it in different ways if you would like to. Even the guns on the sides here can be taken apart. This one can also be posed in different ways. So you can have this Tremotusk however you want it. Now the legs can't move around or anything like that. Another cool thing is that behind the ear here there is a button, and this button activates the eyes on the statue and it makes them light up in 3 different colors. First you have blue, then you have yellow, and at last you have red, and then if you press after that it turns it off, and the eyes only lights up for 5 minutes, about 5 minutes. Now the Tremotusk statue absolutely dwarfs every single statue I have in my house from different video games or movies. So it's incredible how big it is. One cool detail on this Tremotusk statue is that it has a lot of real rope, as you see here. Exactly on the small Aloy statue that I showed you earlier. The DLC content you're getting in this edition are the following: the Nora Legacy outfit and spear, the digital soundtrack, in-game resources pack, a Apex Claw Strider strike piece, the Horizon Zero Dawn comic book, the Sunhawk Volume 1, the Karja Behemoth Elite outfit and a short bow, and lastly the Nora Thunder Elite outfit and a sling. So there you go guys, that's the Horizon Forbidden West, the Regalla edition. I'm very happy to have this one. I was this close to not be able to get one at all because they were sold out so fast as soon as they were announced. But they weren't cheap, I can tell you that, but it was worth it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.